Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's everything you need to know this rush hour of March 16, Monday. I'm Riza Diaz. Jump-starting today's rush with confirmed COVID-19 cases in the country passing the 100 mark over the weekend. According to the Health Department, there are now 140 confirmed cases of infection in the country. Fatalities, meanwhile, have reached 12, including one national or U.S. national from Marikina with a travel history to the U.S. The good news from the Department of Health, though, 5 persons have already recovered here in the country. The Metro Manila-wide community quarantine that kicked off yesterday was, according to Palace, implemented well. Presidential spokesperson Salvador Panelo noted the lower volume of people passing through borders since the quarantine was implemented on a weekend. Panelo says they will assess the situation further after what happens today. PAGCOR is suspending all gaming operations for the duration of the NCR community quarantine. This applies to all land-based casinos, electronic games, bingo, sports betting, poker, and slot machine clubs. However, restaurants, food outlets, and hotels within the gaming areas may still continue to operate. They are discouraged, though, from hosting large events. As for POGO outlets, only a minimum number of workers will be allowed to work in compliance to the government's social distancing guidelines. And commuters out there, listen up. DOTR has released its general guidelines for transportation amid the quarantine period. Taxis and TNVs like Grab can only accommodate 4 passengers, while UV Express can only take 6 passengers, including the driver. Jeepneys can only take half of their regular capacity, while buses can only have 25 passengers. A 1-meter social distancing may also or must also be observed in all vehicles and stations. Checkpoints in the boundaries in Quezon City are already busy as authorities inspect all motorists passing by. To give us the latest happening on the ground, we have with us Ryan Ang, who is joining us live from Quezon City. Ryan?
Risa, it's the second day of the community quarantine in Metro Manila, and checkpoints in the boundaries here in Quezon City have been busy as early as midnight today. Authorities thoroughly inspect motorists and passengers to make sure that they are free from COVID-19 symptoms. There is a slight buildup of traffic in places like San Mateo Batasan Road, northbound of EDSA Balintawak, and Mindanao Avenue going to and from NLEX. PNP and AFP personnel are checking motorists' IDs and documents. They also check the temperature of drivers and passengers using a thermal scanner before letting them pass. UB Express and bus passengers were also asked to get off the vehicle so authorities can check their temperatures. Even though it causes inconvenience, passengers said they understand the protocol and they know it's for the benefit of everyone. In Mindanao Avenue, an isolation room is available for people who are experiencing COVID-19 symptoms. They will be placed there temporarily before turning them over to QC Health Department. Risa, our team checked the bus terminals in EDSA Cubao, and almost all of them have no trips scheduled. However, we saw buses that are still arriving from provinces. Risa?
Thank you. That was Ryan Ang reporting to us live from Quezon City. Now here's a quick look on the areas of the country that are now under state of calamity, quarantine, and curfews. As of Monday, 6 cities in Metro Manila have declared a state of calamity. These are Makati, Manila, Pasay, Quezon City, San Juan, and Las Piñas. Taking cue from the community quarantine imposed in Metro Manila, several provinces and cities have followed suit. The quarantine provinces are Antique, Batanes, Bohol, Capiz, Cebu, Iloilo, Oriental Mindoro, Ilocos Norte, and Batangas. Now, as for cities, Baguio, Cebu, Borongan, Davao, Iloilo, Ormoc, Puerto Princesa, and Zamboanga have imposed community quarantine as well. Now, the same goes for the municipalities of Coron and El Nido in Palawan, Nasipit in Agusan del Norte, and Siargao Island in Surigao del Norte. Meanwhile, several cities in Metro Manila have also followed the 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. curfew imposed by President Rodrigo Duterte. These are the cities of Makati, Manila, Muntinlupa, Mandaluyong, Navotas, Las Piñas, and San Juan. Now let's also get the latest situation in Valenzuela. We have with us Carlo Castillo reporting live. Carlo, we would like to know, how is the checkpoint going there?
Risa, sa ikalawang araw ng pagpapatupad ng community quarantine dito sa buong Metro Manila, tila kapansin-pansin yung pagbaba ng bilang ng mga motoristang bumabaybay papasok at palabas ng Kamaynilaan sa nakalipas na magdamag. Kung ikukumpara kahapon, mas kakaunti na ang dumaraang mga sasakyan dito sa kahabaan ng MacArthur Highway na boundary ng Valenzuela at Bulacan. Mapatrak, kotse, delivery van o motorsiklo ay isa-isang pinapara at pinapatabi para tignan kung normal ang temperatura ng bawat pasahero. Pinapaalalahanan din ng mga driver ng mga pampublikong sasakyan kaugnay sa social distancing na kung saan ay hindi dapat siksikan o dikit-dikit ang mga pasahero nila. At dahil dugtungan ito ng Region 3 at Metro Manila, required na magpakita ng ID ang lahat ng tatawid sa naturang border, lalo na yung mga empleyadong papasok sa kanilang mga trabaho. Ayon sa ilang mga nakausap namin, ayos lang daw sa kanila ang isinagawang mga reglamento dahil ito raw ay para rin sa kaligtasan ng lahat. Ayon naman sa isang volunteer, sinecheck nila ang temperatura ng bawat tao. Kung nasa 36 degrees Celsius ang temperatura, walang magiging problema. Pero kung ang isang tao ay may 38 degrees na temperature, ibubukod nila ito sa mga tao at dadalhin sa isolation chamber para ma-check kung may sintomas ng COVID-19. Risa, malaking bilang pa rin ng mga tauhan ng PNP, AFP, mga taga-Department of Health, mga traffic enforcer, maging yung mga barangay tanod at volunteer ang poposte dito ngayon. At dahil shifting nga sila, maging sila ay obligadong kunan ng body temperature yung mga papalit sa kanila. Kani-kanina lamang ay umambon dito sa aking kinalalagyan pero wala namang problema sa dami ng mga masisilungang tent. At dahil sumilip na nga yung araw, ay dagsana rin, katulad ng napapansin nyo sa aking likuran, ay dumagsana yung mga motorista na may sakay na mga karamihan ay empleyado na papasok sa kanilang trabaho. Kaya't ngayon pa lamang ay nananawagan itong mga otoridad sa mga motorista, lalo na sa publiko, na magbaon ng maraming pasensya at sa pag-check nga ng kanilang mga ID at temperatura. Ito kasing kahabaan ng MacArthur Highway ay very vital na nagdudugtong sa isang bahagi ng Metro Manila. Ito yung Valenzuela City, papunta sa mga bayan ng Mekawayan, Marilao, Bocaue at Santa Maria, diyan naman sa probinsya ng Bulacan. Riza?
Maraming salamat. That was Carlo Castillo reporting from Valenzuela City. NCRPO admitted that they are in need of more thermal scanners in their checkpoint stations or operations. Its chief even said that they shelled out their own money, just to have thermal scanners. Here's the rest of the story.
Amid several checkpoints that are now peppering Metro Manila's borders, there's one challenge now being faced by NCR Police. NCRPO Chief Debold Sinas admits they are in need of more thermal scanners. Currently, they only have 25 thermal scanners distributed to personal manning 56 checkpoints in the whole Metro Manila. Sinas said they prioritize giving the scanners to those police assigned in major roads. Because of this, they are now appealing to the health department to issue more scanners. He said his men need at least 100 more thermal scanners to efficiently check people's temperatures.
Naghahanap din kami, kukuha na kaming police, bibili din ng scanner. Actually kami, bumili na kami ng scanners. So maybe, kung wala na kaming mabili kasi nagkaubusan na, baka yung iba nun ipa-redirect namin sa mga checkpoints po natin.
Presidential spokesperson Salvador Panelo assured the NCRPO that they will receive additional thermal scanners. Currently, Metro Manila cops are just giving warnings to those who are passing by their checkpoints. They are not yet strict in asking for IDs, but authorities say this is just for the first few days of the quarantine implementation. Cignal reminded the public to stay in their homes as much as possible and avoid unnecessary activities. For those who are working in Metro Manila but are residing in nearby provinces, Cignal told them to always bring their company IDs for checkpoints. Meanwhile, the Interior Department has assured no human rights will be violated during the community quarantine. Should there be cases of police committing abuses, the department urged the public to immediately report it to them.
The Foreign Affairs Department have repatriated more than 400 Filipino crew members and passengers aboard MV Grand Princess in San Francisco, California. The repatriates arrived in Clark Air Base at around 2:15 a.m. earlier today, and they were immediately transported to the Athletes Village in New Clark City for the 14-day quarantine period. Now, only those who were asymptomatic were allowed to be repatriated from the virus-stricken cruise ship. The 13 Filipino crew members who tested positive for the new coronavirus stayed in the U.S. and were brought to a care facility. It's also a busy morning in the south as people coming from nearby provinces are trying to enter the metro. To give us the latest of what's happening on the ground, we have with us Justin Punsalang reporting live from Muntinlupa. Justin?
Riza, motorists, especially those coming from Laguna and Cavite, should bring with them a lot of patience this Monday morning. This is due to the traffic that they will be facing as they cross the borders of the province, going to the cities in Metro Manila. Here in Susana Heights Toll Plaza in Muntinlupa City, authorities are flagging down all vehicles to check the body temperatures of passengers. Public utility buses are encouraged to practice social distancing among their passengers. But some buses either are not aware or decide against implementing this recommendation. One bus actually had 58 passengers. However, the police let the bus pass through, but this is after they lectured the driver about how COVID-19 is transferred and why social distancing is a must. In Las Piñas, the Zapote Road that connects the city to Bacoor, Cavite is temporarily closed as part of the community quarantine. Instead, trucks and delivery vans are advised to take a U-turn and look for alternative routes like the Cavite Expressway. But private vehicles coming from Bacoor are allowed to enter Las Piñas as long as their temperatures or the temperatures of the passengers are of normal rate or normal range. Policemen that are also nurses man the checkpoint. They are the ones who get the temperature of motorists, while other authorities check the documents and IDs. At the Marcos Alvarez checkpoint in Las Piñas, which also connects it to Bacoor, only the local police mans the area. According to them, their forces were reduced because of the lower number of the actual residents from Bacoor that passes through the road going to Las Piñas. Riza, in the city of Manila, the Manila Police District has set up checkpoints in their borders. The purpose of these checkpoints is to make sure that the public is aware of the ongoing community quarantine as well as intensify their anti-criminality operations. The police is also reminding or advising the public that there will be an ongoing curfew that will start on the 19th of March from 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. Riza?
Thank you. That was Justin Punsalang reporting to us live from Muntinlupa. A deserted Rome City greeted Pope Francis as he visited 2 shrines on Sunday to pray for the sick and the health of workers battling the coronavirus pandemic. The 83-year-old Pope visited the almost empty Basilica of Santa Maria Maggiore and the Saint Marcello Church, which were often packed with devotees and tourists. Now, amid the COVID-19 outbreak in Europe, the Vatican has earlier announced that Holy Week and Easter Sunday services in April will be held without public participation. In sports, NBA players pledged donations for their staff in the league who are affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. Giannis Antetokounmpo of the Milwaukee Bucks said him and his family will donate $100,000 to the staff of the Fiserv Forum, which is the home of his team. Now, after testing positive for COVID-19, Rudy Gobert also pledged to donate $500,000 to the Vivint Smart Home Arena staff and families affected by the disease in Utah and Oklahoma City. He also donated to his native country, France. New Orleans Pelicans forward Zion Williamson announced that he will cover the salaries of all employees in the Smoothie King Center. And Cavaliers forward Kevin Love is committing $100,000 through his Kevin Love Fund in support of the Cavs arena and its support staff. And that's how the day is shaping up to be. Join us again next time for another round of Rush. I'm Riza Diaz. We are One News.